Hello there, folks. Welcome back to Derby County and my attempt to save them. So, we got an episode for you, a formation change, a decent run of form. I know, who's that coming? And an FA Cup game today, which should be a good test. By which I mean we should probably lose. That's right then, folks. Good to see you. I hope I find you very well. As 9 points is the gap now. We've won 9 games and 9 points is the gap to safety. But we're 25 games in. We're over halfway in. We're not safe yet. So yes, there's a good possibility that we will be. And Swansea drawing 12 games so far. Them in Cardiff. If you go to Wales, actually, you almost always draw. And the reason we are getting ever closer to survival now is because our form recently has been really good. And it's entirely down to the formation change. So a 2-2-4-1, 3-1-1-1, 1-0, 3-1 defeat to Stoke. But the formation has changed radically. We're going to play Reading today because they still maintain themselves as our closest challenger. Last time we played them, it was fine and we beat them, but it gave us a bit of false hope. Today, I'm hoping we can drive ourselves into the transfer window with a little bit more hope. Speaking of the transfer window, I've been given... No, I haven't been given any money. What's going on? Why have I been given no money from the... What's the reasoning? What's the logic? We're going to need some money, board. That's how this works. 40 million in the balance. It's not like we're losing money crazily, right? Since they came in and gave us 45, we're now at 40. Based upon that, we'll still have loads of money left at the end of the season. The projection, loads of money. But I still think with the right additions, we've got every chance at this. But again, if we've not got the money, we can't do it. And they're pretty certain. So great. I say pretty certain. I could request an increased transfer budget. At the very least, make next year's bigger, right? Next season's transfer. We'll ask for both and we'll see how that goes. I'm worried. Right, let's talk formation check. Oh my God, I didn't rest them. Oh, dearie me. Okay, it's too late. It's literally now. It's in hours time. All right, we'll talk through the new system when we get completely onto deadline day. I don't know if the board might take a few days. As I say, we'll play Reading in a few hours. Obviously, they're going to be, I don't know if they've travelled to Reading. Have they travelled down the A1 or the M1? One of them, right? Squad registration then does open up. We do have a little bit of money, it's worth saying. We're not completely moneyless. We've got 416k in the wage budget. Well, let's not talk about the wage budget. That probably doesn't help things, actually. The fact the wage budget's not good. I'll be honest, I thought they would have injected some money into the Derby project, but they really haven't. I was kind of hopeful. I was quite confident, but no. Nothing. All right, let's play Reading first then before the big reveal of the financial situation. Hopefully one, we get the reveal, and 2, it improves our financial situation in terms of transfers. This then is this. You're already a bit confused. Now, my problem here, viewers, is I really want to play the system, but I also appreciate that they're not fit for this. And so what we're going to have to do is try and make them. Or try and make the team as fit as possible. This is going to go poorly. Got FA Cup soon as well. Oh, God. All right, look, this is a strikerless system with 3 attacking midfielders, all in the midfield. You can see it's lined up there, Aziz, Lawrence, and Knight. We don't have a good striker. There, I've said it, okay? I'm not happy about Plunge. I'm not happy that I'm insulting him, really. And you might say 8 goals in 21 isn't too bad. Performance-wise, it's like he's not here. So, as you've seen from the recent form, we've mixed things up a bit. If we take this 3-1 win over Blackpool as our first example, suddenly we're scoring goals. We're motoring. Everyone's playing quite well. A similar story against West Brom, even against a very difficult formation to break down. We were dominant in the game. You can see it from the match stats. West Brom got nothing. And I don't know how I didn't start with it, really. The 4-1 win against Bristol City, it was monstrous. Now, I should give credit where credit is due. My friend Matt Blanco, who streams over on Twitch, and sort of developed this, so he says. Anyway, so I'll leave a link to his stream down below. He's doing his own Glory Hunter series, so if you want to watch a Glory Hunter series on Twitch, sorry, but yeah, I'll leave a link down to mine. He's a good friend of mine, very good personal friend of mine. Here's me and him. I can't. We're not. I was going to say here's me and him, but we're meeting on the Sunday, but I'm not home until Monday. That doesn't work. In the future, I'll put a picture of me and Matt Blanco on Twitter. There you are. That'll be the proof. All right then. So we play Reading then Wolves. Let's get into this then. Hopefully the tactic comes good. We're not fit for this, but I'm going to gamble on the balance that I'd rather have my best players on the pitch And I'm going to gamble that, basically. Liam Thompson could play in central midfield, but he's going to be the first man in for Tom Lawrence when Tom Lawrence is knackered. All right, Curtis Davis, of course, is still out injured as well, so he can't feature in this first game, at least. All stopping goal then. Bernstein and Mbia at the back. Buchanan at left back. Max Fly, like a bird, is back in that defensive role. The three midfielders either side, or say either side, in the middle of Asaidi and Sibley. Of course, we will try and talk a little bit about how this tactic works as we progress. A lot of it depends on if it impresses you right now, though. But it's been getting me results, so I can't really complain. Oh, this is a lovely mishmash of colour. Blue and white of one side and the blue and white of another. Fantastic. All right, so it's as if it's not obvious. What you're looking for in this tactic is getting the ball out wide and having late runners. That's the key point here. From the centre of the pitch, making runs that defenders really struggle to pick up, right? When you've got a striker, they're always sort of stood there as the first chance. There's got to be a penalty. The referee's given it. Sibley's been fouled. Again, you're looking for those wingers to try and create whatever they can for those midfield runners. And they sort of take it in turns to burst forward and have chances. This, by the way, after 12 minutes would be perfect. It's the perfect start. Tom Lawrence, like Messi, he is, viewers, gets us our first goal. And we lead away at Reading early on. This is what you want to see from the lads. Hopefully Tom Lawrence can stay fit throughout the rest of this. We've got a corner as well. Tom Lawrence to play that in towards the front post. That's Saidi. So much time and space. It's a brilliant keeper from Southwood. I don't know how we haven't made it 2-0, but whatever. Right, Buchanan on that far side gets the ball and plays it inside to Yangma and Biwa as, again, some nice possession from us. Again, we're looking for that run forward. It didn't come. Of course, there are some games where you do sit there and think, if only we had a striker to play this up to. And there are points as well, if you're losing especially, that you do think to yourselves, okay, we probably have to go for this a little bit more. But the reality is, if you're in control of the ball and you're creating problems, it's very difficult to stop. The key element of all of this, really, the whole tactic, is keeping possession, right? It's quite easy to defend with this many players, but when you're countering, it's not really the way it works. You sort of build up the pitch a little bit. You hope those runners make those runs, and then you've got every chance of scoring some really fantastic goals. And I'm really hoping we see one of those today, not just a penalty. All right, so far, though, I'm pleased. We've done well, created a few chances. We've got to keep it going, though. Our XG is strong, but we've got a penalty. So there should be a non-penalty XG. There's an idea. All right, so far, so good, though. We'll praise the boys. I'm very, very conscious of how not fit we are. 64 minutes gone. We're going to make some changes. Ravel Morrison, who was tired too tired to start, is going to come on for Sibley. We're going to move Asaidi over to the other side. Ravel comes up to the left-hand side now. And then centrally, we talked about it before, I think we're going to bring in one more body to hopefully help us out. I think probably for Aziz, Liam Thompson's going to come in and hopefully have a little bit of an impact. Again, fresh legs in the middle. I was going to do it for Tom Lawrence, but he's having such a good impact on the game so far. I wouldn't want to do that as the free kick. Wow, whistles towards goal. That was really quite devilish. But yeah, still 1-0. 20 minutes to go. And again, it's been interesting. Reading haven't really created too much. We've not seen too much from them. They're playing this 4-3-3. They themselves are quite tired. It's after the very busy run of December fixtures. Obviously, I want to keep in mind here that there are only a few minutes left to go in the game, so we are going to waste time as much as possible. Just lower our tempo ever so slightly as well, not quite be as aggressive in possession, and maybe we're going to see here then, with a little bit of possession, if we can see one of these attacking runs that causes loads of problems. Again, having the wide players hang out in wide areas is crucial too. The ball forward, not its best. Burn heads down to Asaidi, and now the runners, they're starting to move a little bit. Not really. There they go. They're off, all of them. Nathan Burn flicks it forward to Tom Lawrence. He sort of that's the only time we've seen it so far. You probably think I'm talking waffle here because we've barely seen it, but that's what we're waiting for. There's this point in the game where either your fullbacks are brought into play or your central midfielders decide where the rest of you, and they all pile forward. This is the moment right now. There goes Knight. He's in on goal. He finds the finish, and that is how it works. Derby 2, Reading 0. The defenders don't know whether to come and press the midfield because that's something that they just don't do, or to wait for a runner. And by that point, he's already got enough speed, he's already got enough momentum, and he's gone. You watch Knight here, they turn around, and suddenly Knight's just gone through the centre. The ball is played by Thompson, and there's Jason Knight to make it 2-0. That, what a relief. That is what we're looking for with this tactic, and we're goal scoring with it. We're flowing with it. And that's going to be a 2-0 win. And that's going to get us even closer to surviving as we ended up in the 97th minute there. It really did carry on there. But well done, lads. A really, really good win for us. And it was lovely to see the new tactic in action working really, really well. Look at that now. 20 seconds. Swansea, a team that started on 0 points. We've made up 21 points on them. Goodness gracious me. We'd be on 39 right now. We'd be battling for a promotion spot. Can we still? I don't think we can. This formation I'm loving right now. And again, shout out to Matt Blanco for helping me sort of work out how it works just a little bit. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue to use it. And am I going to try and stick with this? What do you think, viewers? You probably haven't seen this type of strikerless system very often before. You don't catch Lelujo playing this. Do you know what I mean? So I'm curious to see how it can work for the rest of the series, maybe, or definitely the rest of the season. And if we can make some transfers, if they're about to give us some money, now we're talking. We'll get these boys well rested, give them 2 days off after New Year, have a party if you wish. And now my attention, especially viewers, turns to the board because as much as I want to play Wolves, I don't know what's about to happen in the next 7 days. So I'm very, very curious as to what's about to come here. We've obviously asked for an increased transfer budget and for some money next season. Now, of course, they would give us a budget regardless. It's still not here. Flipping heck. Okay, pressure gets to Sibley. Has Sibley not scored or something? I'm worried about Sibley. He hasn't scored this season. The pressure's getting to him. 6.57 kind of tells the story of why I've changed up the system just for the striking options that we had. I loved Planjage. I really liked him, but it's just not worked so well. Board response to board request decrease youth level. Hello, pardon? Did I request to decrease the youth? Why is that even an option? Did I do that on finances? When? Last time I played this? I mean, I'll increase the junior... We'll do everything while we're here. Why is that an option? On what planet do people go, oh, yeah, do you know what, our youth levels, our youth players are a little bit too good. Oh, for heaven's sake. Oh, some good, some bad. Hang on a minute. So the bad news, this is more immediate as well. We're running at a loss and simply can't afford to spend money. You can. I've looked at you look at the project. Oh, sorry about that. You look at the projections then. What's the point of the projection? Not even looking at them. It says it's fine. I don't know what's happening to my voice. We can discuss it with the board. I mean, because we can... I need a bigger transfer budget to make sure we're not beaten to our most important targets. Right, Tay Young Kim. What do you make of that? We're currently running at a loss. Why say you'll talk about it when your response is the same? Is that AFC Wimbledon over there? Or like an SI match between the studio? I can't figure it out. Everyone's got the same pen and vase. Oh no, it's probably a cup. And there's a plant! Some of the rooms do have plants. Well, that's good then. At least every card. Right, here we go. Now, action stations. What do you reckon? 30 million? 20 million? If it's a 2 million, I'll be annoyed. Right, 3, 2, 1, boom. 10 million! Okay, yes! See, now we're talking. 10 million quid for next season. Says the board, by the way, that have claimed to me at least, that we're running at a loss. We couldn't possibly give you, we've got 10 million next year, have we? We're jokers. So that's exciting. Okay, 10 million quid. Now we're talking. Yeah, our expenditure is quite a lot, actually. Just looking there, it's well over £1 million quid. Right, let's play Wolves. Oh, they play a 3 at the back. The tactic doesn't always work. It did against West Brom. It doesn't always work against 3 at the back. Unless it works against 3 at the backs from teams in the Midlands, in the Birmingham area. Maybe that's not so bad. All right, well, we'll give it a whirl. Let's see if Wolves can deal without me having a striker. Thing is, we still can't make offers. Like, we can't get anyone in, really. Because the wage budget is still a disgrace. I can't really do anything. I can't even put the wage budget to be as much as we're spending at the moment. And then I've got this next season 10 million thing annoying me now. Should have asked for it. Should have waited, because that is now making me angry. But what are we going to do next year? 10 million pounds. That's quite a lot in the Championship. Oh, the junior coaching budget was increased, by the way. The old status, good academy coaching. New status, excellent academy coaching. Now we're talking. And this is good as well, because if we ever want to decrease our youth level, it's worth getting it up there first. Obviously, we don't want to. Why is it an option? I'm fine. I'm calm. Everyone relax. Everyone calm down. Lower your blood pressures. As a Carabao Cup game between Manchester City and Chelsea. Great. I'll see you for Wolves. I don't know why I'm talking here. FC Emmen have offered a contract to Ravel Morrison at the end of the season. Well, hang on a second. Ravel, you're doing all right, son. Squad player, hang around. I can't give you important player. I got 10 million to spend come the summer. Regular starter, as you are right now. Again, decent squad player, Ravel Morrison, for right now. Good off the bench as well. I'm going to go 6,500. You've said no. I'm going to go 7,000. You're going to say yes. In fact, I'll just call up your agent. What's his name? Your agent there? Patrick. Hi, Patrick. Where's my phone? Hello, is that Patrick?
Throughout the years, I could have earned a lot more money than I have done.
Wayne? Why are you... Wayne? Very peculiar. Right, ex-Manchester United player as well. There's links everywhere. Don't know how I feel about any of this. 7,000 though, Wayne. Thoughts? 8.5. I'm not budging from 7. There you are. Well done. We've all come to an agreement. We're all happy with each other, aren't we? Ravel Morrison has rejected the contract. He's going to FC Emmen in Holland. What division is that? Is that second tier in Holland? And he's leaving me for that. Right then. That's really put my whole life into perspective. I see. Aziz can't play, so I should... Right, Ravel Morrison then back in the side, over on the left-hand side, and centrally makes sense. Liam Thompson's going to play ahead of Aziz because, well, he can't play. I say ahead of. Can't play. Oh, let's put Ruse on the bench. Goalkeeper on the bench. Right, team-wise then, this is what we're working with. Same system as before. I don't know how the Wolves are going to deal with this. They might just win, but if we can beat Wolves with it, we can beat anybody with it. It's about focusing play out wide, getting the ball into the centre, into the penalty area, and making things happen. We are on the ball. We are in possession, and this is where we're our most dangerous, much like most football teams. They're much better with the ball, generally. So the question is, how will we try and build from the back? Will we wait for those forward runners in midfield? And will Nathan Byrne be able to push the ball down this right-hand side all by himself? So far, viewers, yes. And you can see just how many people are in the penalty area. You don't necessarily need to have a striker to populate that area, as Ruben Neves hurriedly clears it away. And Derby right now on the ascendancy. Are they going to be able to pick up these midfield runners? There's Thompson laying it back to Buchanan. You can see the way it's all working right now. Asiidi finds some space. Is it not going? He scores. I'm beating Wolverhampton Wanderers. This shouldn't be happening, surely. Flying like Max Bird. There's Asiidi. He's made it 1-0. We will die on this hill. It's a 4-3-2-0. That's the formation. There's also a defensive midfielder that I forgot to mention. It's 1-0, and I've really ruined the goal by singing a song that wasn't thought out at all. Is that obvious? You probably could tell that. All right, Wolves in possession at their most dangerous, some might say, as they lift it all the way back to John Ruddy, who's in goal. So Wolves not taking the cup seriously this year, which is fair enough, as Moutinho into Raul Jimenez. That's horrifying. I don't want to see strikers shooting. That's a very good effort as well. I'm going to praise the boys though. 1-0 up. Asiidi with a goal. And now a corner. Tom Lawrence to play it in. So there was that front post. Oh, headed just over by Mbiwe, I think. Really good opportunity for us, but not quite converting. As you can see the way Wolves are going to play. They're going to use those fullbacks or wing-backs as much as possible. Into Raul Jimenez. He's in too much time, too much space. Well, maybe not enough time and space. Should definitely be scoring there. That is really poor. And if that's the way the game's going to go, that's fine. Now, that's one of the problems when keepers decide they're panicked enough to launch the ball clear and you're giving it back, especially against teams like Wolves, to very high quality players, comparable to what we're dealing with in the Championship week in, week out. Nelson Semedo on that side, into Trincao, back into Moutinho, out to Semedo again, ball played in, there's Raul Jimenez. Well, he must have heard me. While he bottled the first chance, he made sure that one wasn't going to have the same fate. It's Derby 1, Wolves 1. All right, we've got a throw in. Pushed up on their side into Max Bird, who we know is excellent in all circumstances. Into Buchanan, who plays the ball poorly towards Ravel Morrison. And now Derby get it under control a little bit. And they're playing a very patient possession style. Again, you're looking for John Ruddy to launch this forward, really, to give us the opportunity to have the ball back, basically. And we're basically backing our centre-backs to win the aerial battle, which is most times, or most sides, I should say, works. Against Raul Jimenez, it's not nearly as effective. This Wolves team are almost tailor-made to defeat what we're trying to do with the three at the back. You can see the amount of time they've had the ball right now, and the game froze. Who knows what happened? Semedo racing forward. If he can pull this ball back. Oh, Raul Jimenez. He's missed again. He should have a hat-trick. Here he's on a 7.5. He should be on a 10. All right, I'm starting to worry now because Wolves have got a hold of this game and the fullbacks are running absolute riot. Nelson Semedo again. There's Raul Jimenez. We're giving him a lot of chances, it's fair to say. His personal XG must be very high right now. All right, how do I just man mark? I don't man mark that often, and obviously I'm then worried about the fullbacks, but we could just man mark both of the positions. Who was playing wing back? I don't wing back, winger, you fool. All right, just to try and stop those two players getting so much space in behind, we're going to man mark the both of them. There might be an argument actually in this type of game to turn the midfielders off of attacking duties, but That's the goal threat. So that's sort of the problem, right? If you give that up, then is there a goal threat at all? And you're just sort of playing quite passively. You want them to be making these runs forward as Saidi tries to knock a ball over. That's the type of thing we are looking for, though. And Derby deal with it. Wolves deal with it very well. All right, obviously, now I'm marking the wingers. Does this mean the wing backs end up with all the space in the world? There goes Nelson Semedo. I mean, do I need my wingers to now man mark as they're in again? It's not a good play. They've got loads of time still. Loads of players in the penalty area committed. To the back post it goes, headed away. They've got too many wide... Right, hang on. We'll just man mark those ones as well. Everyone's going to be marked by the end of this. I don't know how useful this is for us on an attacking perspective. I've never man marked quite so much in my whole life. Semedo right side. We've got to stop the delivery to Jimenez. That's the problem, as Allsop does well. My changes haven't taken place yet. These fullbacks have still got all the space in the world, and so have the wingers, and we're not marking him. No, not like this. They've scored again. I can't stop it. Big strikers on Football Manager 2022. Who knew they were so good? Everybody at this point. Everyone. If you're not using a striker who's over 6'3", you're doing it wrong. I'm not using a striker at all. So I'm doing... Yeah. Less said about that, the better. Nelson Semedo and Jimenez are having a wonderful time. Why can't I just play Reading all the time? They're drawn with Exeter. Every highlight is Wolves been terrifying. I'm not enjoying it. I'm really not enjoying it. Get me out now. Get me out, please. If I could leave, as a fan, you can just leave whenever you like, which is... what some people do. As a manager, don't really get that option. I would love the option right now. They can storm out of press conferences. I'd like to storm out of Pride Park, if possible. Or maybe it's like school, when you'd like have a bit of an illness. And the ultimate thing was, well, if you want to go home, go and tell reception. You think, I don't want to talk to the woman at reception. She's horrible. You go over, I'm not feeling very well. Oh, what's your name? Ben. All right, Ben. Go and sit over there and look more ill. You go over. There's already like 3 other kids there that are pretending to be ill as well. You're sort of winking to each other, like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to do maths after this either. Oh, I'm struggling." And that's me now as Derby manager. Oh, we're struggling. Oh, I'm not a Premier League side, miss. I'm really not. Oh, I'm regretting putting this in the video in a way because it's embarrassing. It's doing nothing for the formation or the morale. Oh, are you all right, John? Yeah, I'm good, mate. You? No, I'm going home because I'm not very well. Oh, I'm not well. Oh, I'm really not well. And she comes over. Right, your mum says she's going to come get you. What's wrong with you then? And you have to just make up anything. You go, oh, well, as mother will tell you, I wasn't feeling well this morning, so I clearly wasn't prepared for school at all, but I thought I'd risk it. I tried really hard this morning. What was your first lesson? At least they've scored again. Can we get this off the screen, in fact? We'll come back at the end. What was your first lesson this morning? Rugby. Did you not take part then? No, I scored 4 tries. But that's not really the point, miss, is it? I'm ill here. Miss, I'm not good. So in the background, Football Manager's going on. Wolves, it's not still winning at this point. I'll update you if anything happens. Oh, well, that was underwhelming in a way. Full time, Wolves 6, Derby 1. Don't blame the formation. Don't blame Matt Blanco. Under no circumstances go to Blanco's Twitch channel and tell him his formation's not very good. Don't do that. Hey, I told you not to. He's probably not very well either, so back off. Right, folks, that concludes. Obviously, we've got no money to spend in January. Otherwise, we'd do a January sort of transfer episode. Instead, we'll do something, obviously, I'm excited actually, in the summer, where things are going to get very interesting indeed. And we'll see if we can apply some restrictions as well to make it that little bit more interesting. Right, that does conclude then. If you've enjoyed it, do drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, make sure you are subscribed. And here's to a good week of fun, saving Derby County action. There's videos every single day this week, 5 p.m. Be there or be square. Of course, there's videos over the weekend as well. We had a Glory Hunter update as well as the network game as well, which had a fantastic finale with myself, Zealand Delusion, and the Space. If you've not checked those out, please do. And of course, come and watch me live as well over on twitch.tv/DoctorBenjy if you want to see some more. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye. I'll work on this system. Or I'll just keep watching Blanco.